Welcome, everybody, to episode 247 of the You Can't Comp This NBA Trading Card Podcast. We are your hosts, Adam, Amy, and Russell Gibson. We're approaching 250 very rapidly. Actually, we're probably just doing it in order.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Hey, Ed. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
We are getting to 250, Ed, which is a fun milestone.
It's another milestone. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me anymore. It's just like it's another one of those sort of checkpoints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison, Reed Sheppard, Paulo Banchero, PMGs are back in my feed this week. We've got a segment about 10 things I like about Tops.
Is this in response to you being so negative about Tops?
I just think I've been too negative, and I'm just trying to be a bit more of my own Russell, sort of more positive.
Sort of a self-correction.
Yeah. So I went to a lot of effort to get this done. And I'm going to publicly admit, after 8, it gets super sketchy. So we might not get to 10 things, but we will try.
We'll see how we go, right?
We're going to talk about WNBA Don Russ, a really good post from Sports Cards Addicts. And I'm not going to read the sheet after that because it's possible we won't get that far down the list. But
who knows what
else? It will roll over to next week, which some of this stuff has been rolled over for about 5 weeks. So it's possible we're never going to get to this stuff.
Have we got to the bit where Stepan Castle is in the dunk contest? Or
do you know who would be good in the dunk contest? I was thinking about this today. Johnny Furphy.
Yeah, true.
Furphy deserves a spot in this year's dunk competition, and I reckon he's young enough he would actually turn up.
That's true.
Anyway,
Mac McClung won't be. He's lost. He's been delisted. Anyway,
they'll find an excuse to get him back in the competition.
Give him another 10 days somewhere to get him into the dunk contest. Anyway, we're segueing already.
Nico Harrison's been fired.
Was anyone surprised this was coming, really?
I'm genuinely surprised because I think it depends on which conspiracy you believe at this point. Like that, I feel like the logic of a general manager trading Luka Doncic without being under instruction from your owner, I find that very difficult to believe.
Okay.
But the narrative that they're now trying to spin is that the owner didn't understand the importance of Luka Doncic.
Oh, because he was talking to a fan on the side.
Yeah. And that he basically was convinced by Nico that this was the right thing to do. And so
just scapegoat nonsense move.
Yeah. And so I think for me, this is pretty funny because it's like if you have that much money and you own a basketball team and you don't know the value of Luka Doncic, you maybe you're in the wrong game. Or you just have too much money, or both. Either could be. And then to
column
take
A and column B, really.
Yeah, and then to take it back to basketball cards, almost this feels like a dodgy vendor at a trading show, ripping off a little kid that's got too much money. And the analogy here, obviously, is that Nico is the kid with too much money.
Nico's the guy that's trying to hand out the fake $50 notes and spend them at the card show.
No, I don't think Nico's smart enough to do that. See how we spun this around and made it about trading cards, Adam? Everything always comes back to trading cards.
Everything.
What's your take on this? Because I feel like you've got more skin in this game than I do. I'm just very surprised.
I told you before the show, I was very amused by the AI generated clip of the Nico Harrison jersey being raised into the rafters down at Crypto Arena. I mean, he might not have ever played for the Los Angeles Lakers, but he did give us Luka. So he should be.
I mean, that's an all-timer trash talk, really.
It is. The Luka stuff is. I mean, I can segue straight into what they got for Luka. Nico Harrison's not a mastermind. Dallas as an organization, I don't know what they were hoping to achieve, but Luka was out of shape, right? And he was taking too long to come back from, wait for it, a calf injury. He had a calf strain. Now, let's fast forward 9 months. We've got a out of shape Anthony Davis in Dallas who's suffering with a calf strain and is listed as day-to-day and doesn't know when he's coming back on the court.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's rumors going around, and I suppose the status is that they keep holding him back, and I think it is a genuine concern associated with the connection between calf strains and Achilles injuries.
Yeah, and also the fact he's like a walking injury.
Yeah, he is literally a walking injury. So
the only thing I can add to this that might be of any intelligence is that they own their own first round pick this year.
Well done.
So with Kyrie being out, you hold out Anthony Davis as long as you can. You give Cooper Flag a usage rate of nearly 45 a game. And
Yeah.
then you hope to get another really nice draft pick come into that team. Like, it's not a terrible scenario, is it?
It's not terrible. It's not terrible for next year. This
Yeah.
year's not looking great.
All right, final thoughts on this. We don't need to dwell on this for too long.
Look, I don't think Nico Harrison will be unemployed for long, but I don't think he'll be employed in basketball circles. That's all I can say.
Well, he might just go back to what he did before that, which was being a high-powered executive for Nike.
Maybe it was. There are conspiracies, but
Well, I was going to say, let's just finish it off with this. If you do enjoy conspiracies, read about the conspiracies about who benefited from this, and it's Nike.
interesting, right?
Yeah. All right, Reed Sheppard. Let's talk about Reed Sheppard because last year he was in a situation where he was a very high draft pick and didn't get played. He was behind Fred VanVleet, and correctly so. Freddie VanVleet is an NBA champion.
Yeah.
But obviously this year he's not playing, which then forced Ime Udoka to play Reed Sheppard. And I would probably say from the look on Udoka's face time to time, he's not a fan of playing Reed Sheppard 30 plus minutes a game. But I think it had to happen and it's happening. So if you have been buying Reed Sheppard through the rookie hype and then you continued to buy when he dropped off a little bit, I think you should be feeling very happy about yourself right now. This is from Brad. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. Reed Sheppard is now the youngest guard in the NBA history to score 4 straight double-digit scoring games with a true shooting percentage of 80 or higher. 21 points on 91.8% true shooting, 16 points on 80%, 16 on 80, and 12 points on 85%.
Yeah.
He's a high volume 3-point shooter, so that would obviously contribute to that. There's a whole bunch of other stats going out there, so I'll try and get through these quickly. Reed Sheppard tonight, this is from the 17th of October. 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks, 12 of 22, plus minus of 11 in just 29 minutes. Kevin O'Connor is also currently buying up Reed Sheppard stock. And then let's talk about Reed Sheppard sales, because some of this stuff is really making me like shake my head a little bit. So I think basically the one line summary of this is if you're currently holding Reed Sheppard and you're not a believer and you're not married to these cards, I would be looking through your piles to begin listing them, because a 24-25 Mosaic rookie card, number to 25, just sold for $200 US, which in my opinion is probably $100 over. Like,
there's a
honestly,
bit of hype there. There's a bit of hype.
yeah.
Hype
I
there.
think he's very, very hot at the moment.
Definitely commodity for sure.
This is a flawless, even though it's been listed as 1-1, it's actually a flawless rookie patch autograph, numbered out of 25 on card autograph that sold for 347 USD. I don't think that's terrible. In fact, that's probably the best buy of everything we're about to talk about. This is a college Bowman University Chrome card, sticker autograph, numbered to 75. That sold for $275. I think the person who sold that should
someone's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they should absolutely be doing cartwheels at this point. So look, I'm actually really happy to see this kid doing what he's doing, and I think this is fantastic. I would also say too, though, I think you should be looking at your piles, and if you do have them, now is a good time to move them on. If you're a Reed Sheppard lover, what do you do? Because now you can't buy the cards. Now he's going through like a bit of a peak. Do you wait?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you hold what you've got, or do you just sort of just keep trickle buying? I would probably say be very, very careful at the moment, because I really think this is a Reed Sheppard bubble at the moment. Whoa. Even though I think it's fantastic. I think the Rockets are an awesome watch this year. I think Cade's fit in really well. I think Şengün is good. I think one of the Thompson twins is just like ridiculous. And they're a great watch this year. Have you been watching much Houston?
I haven't watched much Houston. I will.
You just love the Lakers, don't you?
I do. No, I watched a bit of Spurs basketball, actually. Also enjoyed watching Wemby
dunk on Draymond.
On Draymond Green. Oh, that was beautiful. Although the Warriors closed it out and won the game.
Fox probably could have passed.
Anyway, it's
once or twice more.
I love it how we've segued into sort of buy, hold, sell Reed Sheppard. I think it's a good question.
I wanted to talk
With
about
Van
this,
Vliet,
actually. I think this is a good NBA
with
story for sure,
with
yeah.
Van Vliet due back at some point, right? Does that mean Reed Sheppard takes a back seat again?
I think his minutes will decline, but this is a next year conversation. Like, Van
Yeah,
Vliet's
but
not...
so that's the pathway, right? So the card's going to go up and then drop off again. So if you've got them, sell them.
Yeah.
If you're looking to buy them, unless you've got a bad case of FOMO, wait till next year. Wait till Van Vliet's back, and then the taper will happen.
I actually wonder if this bubble is even hotter than that. I was going to say even 3 months. Like, I really think that...
Whoa! So
I
All
think
Star Weekend, you'll be able to
I think
buy
just
Reed
chill
Sheppard
a
again.
little bit. If you want to buy more Reed, just wait a couple of
Don't
months.
do
But
that. Like the poor people that are trying to sell them want to make
no,
money on them.
if you want to sell them right now. I think now is the time to sell. But I think buying at the moment is going to be a little bit tricky.
Look, if
Honestly,
you've got FOMO and want to buy instant gratification, you can pay overs and buy them off the people selling them. I'm actually thinking I've got a couple of cards here, so
yeah.
might try and dig
All right.
out. I'll go. Were you referring to me when you said dig through the piles for Reed Sheppard?
No, I just think
Because
sometimes you
I
have
took the
cards in a
Reed.
box.
I took the Reed Sheppard when we had our little mini draft when we
Oh,
bought
did
the
you?
box. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. So now I have to go and dig through the piles
No,
to
I forgot about that.
find
To
the
be
Reed
honest with you.
Sheppard.
Yeah. All right. This next one is from our listener Oyvind Holland, and I asked him where he got it from, but he couldn't reference it. So whoever we're stealing this from, it's unintentional. We apologize. But it's a fantastic comparison between Paulo Banchero and Deni Adjiva. Games this year 10-9, 22 points for Banchero, 25 for Deni. Rebounds per game, Banchero is winning that 9-7. Assist is won by Deni Adjiva, 4.4 to 4.9. Steals is exactly the same. Blocks is 1 to 0.9, so that's exactly the same. Deni's shooting better from the field at 0.48 versus 0.455. And then 3-point percentage is terrible for Banchero at 0.22. And Deni's winning that at 0.356. So I think this is a really fun one. I think we should check out both of their prices because, I mean, I already know like what it's going to be, but at the same time, who's going to be the winner. But at the same time,
You've gone. I'm going to stop beating up on tops and just start on Paolo.
no, I think I'm actually genuinely curious about this just because I was very high on him, but I can also feel myself like really cooling off. So, and I think also, actually, do you know what? Now we're doing this Deni story too. I need to correct myself from last week's show when I was talking about Deni's contract.
Yeah.
You know that part I was saying to you? I read it 3 times and I was like, so it was actually a retweet from like 3 years ago, which is why that he was getting paid 10 million a year. Because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like if Dyson Daniels is getting what 25 million a year now.
Yeah.
How is Deni on 10? So people at home, I apologize. Thank you for your patience with me. I do make mistakes routinely, but that's me in a nutshell.
Trying to find Deni. Deni's on
Banchero
card
is currently trading at 320. Oh, he's not on there. Okay.
Oh, he is. He's there, but he's raw. That's all he is.
Oh, why don't we just do a raw comp then? That's fun.
There we go.
So
the
Banchero
raw
is
silver.
at 50 USD raw.
Okay. Well, his PSA 10's at a little bit more than that at 320, but you're right. Let's go for
What's
raw.
Deni trading raw at?
Raw, $16.
Yeah, right.
There's been a little bit of movement. The peak being 20, but yeah.
I got to say, at this point, a raw Banchero for 50, actually that intrigues me. But a Deni Adjiva at 16, I think that's money in the bank. I think that's a fantastic buy. I love the kid.
But a PSA 8 is the raw. So $40 is for a PSA 8.
I love Deni though. Like I think he's got a really good motor. I think he's a good-hearted person. I think he's going to be in the right place at some time. I mean, ironically, it might be Portland when all is said and done and Billups is fired.
Yeah, that's true.
They're actually winning games right now.
Interesting. Maybe they're winning games because Billups isn't there. They don't know the instruction is to tank.
Who would have thought?
They need the coach back to tell them to play poorly.
Yep.
Oh goodness.
Who would have thought? All right, let's go to a break and we'll come back and we'll do
Mr. Positivity. Positivity.
10 things that we love about tops.
We'll try to get to 10 anyway. All right. Our first break is brought to you by our long-lasting sponsor, Fast Break Trading Cards. This week's big release is not basketball related. It is Pokemon related, and it is the new Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames with the booster boxes coming out. I think it was this past Friday, the 14th of November, but there's a staggered release with the ETBs coming out on the 21st of November, and the UPC is coming out on the 5th of December.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know Pokemon has been a big mover down at Fast Break. Make sure you've got your pre-orders in because this stuff sells fast.
That's it. Flippers, get down to 75 Tulip Street in Cheltenham, Victoria 3192. No fighting in the car park, though, because Big John will sort you guys out like lightning.
And Alfie will tell you off. Give you a stern talking to.
Also get to fastbreaktradingcards.com for all of your other NBA and card collecting needs. Thank you so much to Fast Break Trading Cards. Alrighty, we are back. Thank you everybody for joining us again. We are going to do our deep dive into 10 things that we love about Topps so far. We're going to turn around our negativity.
There's been a change of heart here, Russell. I do believe what's inspired this change. You were very much like I was with Luka Doncic with regards to how bad quality product Topps were releasing, and
maybe I should buy a Topps jersey ad.
That's it. We'll get you a Topps jersey. Now you're on board. Now you're on board the Topps trade.
I'm not sure if I'm on board. I just think that my stance was I was going to be negative when they did bad stuff and positive when they good stuff. So I've gone out of my way to try and find 10 things. I think the other thing too that's actually changed my mind a little bit though too is we're not seeing unlicensed stuff anymore. Like it's actually licensed basketball cards. And I think whether I'm openly admitting this or not, I think the reality is I just wasn't interested in their unlicensed stuff. So I think that was a little bit part of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas now I'm actually looking at it with a much different lens. It's like, what of this stuff do I actually want to buy for myself and collect? And I don't want to go straight talking into values, but some of this stuff we are going to talk about values because it is actually becoming valuable. So I think that's something else, I wanted to touch on. So
can we, before we kick off, remember the sample size is one set. We don't know what the catalog looks like. And that's been my thing saying, well, let's not judge Topps on their first month with the license, but yes.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair to say that. So,
all right.
I think one thing I do want to point out that we discussed last week is the concept that we touched on was that it's junk wax that's collectible. And it's actually really interesting. So if you watch a couple of breaks, you don't get that many parallels out of it. Like it is very, very heavy on base. So one thing I would actually like to keep an eye on is the aftermarket sale of like
the base cards.
Well, no, I was going to say the holos, like the silvers that come out. Because there's only like one or two per box. Whereas what we're used to with Prism is one per packet.
So there's an insert in every pack kind of thing. Yeah.
No, I'm talking, like just the silver.
Yeah,
exactly right. And so like that is something I'm not too sure if the market's adjusted to that yet. I think this is going to be a next week conversation.
Well, this is definitely a time will tell when we take a look at.
And whether people haven't worked that out yet, or they'll never be valued just because of, they're not numbered or, whatever that is. So anyway.
There'll be a dust settling period, I think. Things still hype about products selling out and things.
Yeah. All right. So the number one thing I like about Topps so far, and I found this just 4 days ago on Topps Hoops Instagram, is their Topps Now series. So for example, the card that we're currently looking at is the Andrew Wiggins alley-oop buzzer beater that was beautifully drawn up for him. And then immediately they've made a trading card out of it. Obviously, this one is a demo because it's got his autograph already on it. However, if they are going to be doing this stuff, I think this is absolutely fantastic. And I think that it will engage a very different part of the trading card market. And what I mean by that is this doesn't capture the people who are going into breaks and getting the thrill from opening packets. Like this is people who want that very particular card and then go online and purchase it. And I think that is something that we've needed for a very long time.
Yep.
And I'm actually really excited about this. So for example, think about this in terms of your own PC. I'll do me. There's a De'Aaron Fox one of these. I will be queuing up to making sure I get on there for the drop of that, when that comes out.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and it's flavored within now.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's
in a really
We got
cool moment that you can remember, and you might have even seen the game or whatever. And so,
yeah.
the example I'd give you is like Julius Randle. Would you go online and buy?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like, you go we've seen Tops test the market with this.
yeah,
We
and
saw the
done
Cooper
very
Flag
well out of
release.
it.
We
Yeah, the
saw the
Cooper
Olympics
Flags. Yeah,
release.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
The Olympics release was huge,
Yeah, and that was a great concept that was well
and
executed. Yep, definitely.
it was the Steph Curry night stuff. It was
Yep.
the triple auto. Like, they marketed the living crap out of it, but it showed that point in time sale of a now product was really worked and was really popular.
Yeah, definitely. My number two is this is easy for me, and I almost put this at number one, but I think ultimately I'm most excited about the Tops Now stuff.
Yeah.
But I've got the All Kings here because I just genuinely like these cards. I think that I think they look good. And
Mm,
again, going back to that, it's made a product that probably wouldn't have been that collectible other than the hype that came along with the product. Whereas this now makes it people want to go out and buy these cards,
yeah.
and the aftermarket has been fantastic. So I think we should talk about this and actually look at some of these cards that have sold, because
Some of the sold listings and things like
the
that.
prices are a lot higher than what you think. So Giannis has sold for 471 USD.
Okay.
Walter Clayton Jr., who's the Kings rookie, sold for 182. So I think that's a really good litmus test in terms of who's Walter Clayton. No one's collecting Walter Clayton. Like, has he even played a minute? Who knows? Anyway, Con Canapul, who's been lighting the world on
All
fire at the
right.
moment,
Yeah.
he sold for 480. Jeremiah Fierce sold for 297. My boy Banchero sold for 300.
Mm.
Tracy McGrady, an old school throwback, that sold for 230. Like, there's kind of,
Wow.
I feel
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
some ways a T-Mac Panini wouldn't sell for that much, so
No. No.
Steph Curry sold for 1,500. So I think the market has received these, really, really well.
Really well. I
Yep.
mean, we talked about the FOMO, but God, they're good looking cards, and
Yeah. They've nailed that one.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Number 3 is the gold vinyls. I know these are super rare and they're not going to come up very much. And even though I think that this particular design is a fraction too busy for me, like the big Topps Chrome logo, the 45th anniversary thing, the rookie card orange thing, and despite all of that, I think that actual print of the one of one, I think that looks really good. I think that's a little bit for me derivative of mosaic, but the mixing of the gold and the mosaic together, this really does appeal to me. So
It's a nice
if
looking
I'm
card.
ever lucky enough to get one of those into my own collection, I feel like that will definitely be like a very special part of that. So yes, I approve of their gold vinyl one of one. So from here, there's a very heavy delineated line from here.
Okay, so
So I'll just say
they're
that.
the top ones, and the next one is sort of the top of the rest.
This is tier 2.
Next of the rest.
This is my favorite insert so far. It is the 8-bit ballers. Now, I'm putting this here for 2 reasons. I like the originality of it and the aesthetics of it. I also like it for the price point. These are dirt cheap. You can pick these
They're
up.
cool.
Exactly. They're just a fun
Yep.
set. You can go out and collect it. It's not going to cost you a kidney. You'll have fun chasing these on eBay, ComC, trading with
Yeah.
your mates, whatever. Maybe you might pick one up at Fast Break Trading Cards.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. I put the next one in as the home court, which is the downtown ripoff. I put these below the 8-bit, and if
Which
you
one?
disagree,
Oh, okay. The downtown. Sorry. Yeah.
sorry,
Oh, these are shiny. They
yeah.
look different.
So I put this one down the list a little bit further than the 8-bit, and the reason I did that is because of the price. What my concern is about these is that I'm worried that these won't hold. Whereas the old Kings I think are fantastic. And I
Yeah.
think they're going to hold long term. What I'm worried about with these ones is I think the design is nice, but I don't think they're as good as the downtown cards. I also
Okay.
think they lack the narrative. So what I'm worried about with these is that the pricing on these is basically pushed up by the excitability around the product. And I'm concerned about seeing a crash around that. So this one here, you can sort of say, oh, look, there's a Luke Longley into the future on this. We'll come back to it. I'm either going to be very wrong about this and these are going to explode up, or I'm going to be right and these are going to be not worth that much.
That's got damage. That LeBron has got damage on the corner. It's still sold for $450.
Well, that's the thing, Ad. Like I personally, like for me, that's a lot for that particular card raw.
And there was damage on the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
As you correctly pointed out, I skipped over one of the cards there, so we'll do the Net Marbles ripoff next, which is called the Comic Court. If I'm reading,
these are tier 2 anyway, so they can be any particular
absolutely
order.
tier 2. Look, I do like these cards. I think they're good, but I also think they completely lack originality.
They're the DC Comics version of the Net Marvels.
I really think that there's a lawsuit against Panini at the moment for them ripping off whatever brand it was. I don't even care to remember. But I mean, come on, Panini have to sue them over this. Like, this is just asking for me. This is asking for a lawsuit.
No, it's not. You see, once Panini Topps buy Panini, it won't matter.
The lawsuit will go away. Yeah, maybe.
Exactly.
Look, I think
they're cool.
Look, I think they're fine, but I think they're just too close to what we had. But also the pricing at it for me is like a bit of a funny one because, like, yes, Net Marvels did sell for maybe about the same price, but I feel like the last couple of releases they've come right down. So for me, this is a little bit interesting that they are so high. So the example we've got here is Jeremiah Fears for $61 USD. It is a true case hit. Pack odds at 1 in.
It doesn't look like it's going to grade well.
930, but still,
Yeah.
All right, so now we're getting to the next tier down again, and I'm starting to like scrape the bottom of the barrel here.
I was going to say, given you the term for the given you've still got the term for the what was it called? The home court is the downtown ripoff. I feel like the decline into negativity is on its way.
No, but I'm putting in cards that I like.
No, I know.
Like I do like the aesthetics I have to comment like both sides of the coin. That's what I'm trying to do here. All right, so the Sonic Boom is a true case hit.
Are they just failing on kabooms?
What? Oh, I don't think that's. I don't. For me, doesn't remind me of a kaboom at all.
I just saw the word boom. And
I think that's just a coincidence.
They really missed an opportunity to put Cade in his old Sonics uniform for the Sonic Boom. Anyway,
I could have. Yeah.
Just saying.
Again,
I don't like it. I just don't. I don't look at the card. Yeah,
Blaster 1 in 930 packs and Megas 1 in 2,319 packs. So these are really tough hits.
Okay.
So the KD one, which is the example that we've got here, that's sold for just $33.
Okay.
So I'm going to flip this around at this price point.
Ooh.
Like for a case hit, I actually don't mind dabbling into these just because of the genuine scarcity of what they are.
Yeah.
Could the market turn around? I probably don't think so. That's the only thing about these cards. I do like ultra, rare and ultra rare cards, but I think the design on these is not strong enough to actually have sort of value moving forward. And particularly as we start to move in the next product and the next product and after that. So, that's my concern on that one.
Yep.
All right. Now the debut patches I've got down really low. So I put them down low because we technically haven't seen them yet. So this could spike to the top of the list. It could go to 2, it could go to 3. I'll acknowledge that. But where we're currently standing right now, I was trying to do things that we had physically seen, but like I said, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel by this point. But I'm trying to stay positive, Ad, so work with me here.
The debut patch, it's yet to really debut. I think it's good.
I think this concept is, again, fantastic. And I'm going to put this in the same thought bubble as the Topps Now stuff where I think this is, just wonderful. I can't wait to see it. I'm putting that in with a slight asterisk.
Well, we're declining, I guess. But we're still look. It's one release. We've got some stuff.
I'm trying. So these last two is tricky, but I don't mind these cards. Again, for a low budget, it's a fun card to look at. You have a budget and you want to get something cool to look at. I would have a look at these. This insert set is called Generation Now. It's a horizontal card, not a vertical card. So if you are an aficionado and you like horizontal cards, you should add this to your watch list. Now, these are buy it now prices that I found, and I'm not promoting anyone on eBay, but this is someone that I have found. $12 for the Cooper flag, $8 for the VJ Edgecombe, $4.50 for the Ace Bailey,
Okay.
$2.25 for the Colin Murray. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can get the big names out of these sets at very much on a budget.
Okay.
The artwork is good. The concept is cool. You know, I'm down with this.
It's fine.
Should we do the last one, or should we just call it quits at 9?
No, we've said this is a top 10, and we are going to put a 10th one in.
We are committed to this top 10 course,
we
but I'm beginning to regret making it a top 10 list. I'm not going to lie to you, Ed.
Look, we're gonna use the 10th one that you've put forward as a placeholder, and I think
this is an absolute placeholder.
Our listeners need to give us some feedback, whether it be in YouTube,
sure,
in the comment section of YouTube, if it's sending us a message
on
please,
Insta.
Just let us know what you think would sneak in to the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's taking out and rounding out the top 10?
I've got here the no limit insert. Again, low budget card here. We're talking $2 a card, $1 a card. I don't mind the artwork. I don't mind the hollow design on it. It's clean. It's fun. It's
shiny.
Sparkly.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with this. And at this price point, again, I think it is important actually to have some cards that are accessible to everybody. And so we've ticked that off, I think, multiple times tonight. So that's my top 10 list. Any feedback, Ad, that you wanted to round out with?
I think it's a really good top 10 list. I think the jury's out on some of those.
Very much so. Very much, yeah.
I do like the top end. I'm definitely with you on the 8-bit ballers. The home court, I won't go on to what you've titled them as, but the home court, the ones that look like the downtowns, I think the jury's out for me on it, and I do think there may be a future for them if they head down the same path as the downtowns did. But if they stay in this flagship product, maybe not. We'll see what happens. And, to me, it really depends on what the other releases look like and what the print runs and things do look like.
And that's also why I am a bit worried about the pricing, because like traditionally downtowns did come out of not high end, but higher end.
It was that mid tier, yeah.
Then something that we would consider to be hoops or Donruss. So I think that's the other thing where I'm actually just wondering if collectors are almost getting it confused by association in the two cards because
100%.
of how much sort of, derivative
it's
artwork
a visual.
is there.
It is the visual, but it's a good starting point. For my view, I think Topps have hit the ground running. For their first release, and even if you combine Donruss and Hoops, I think like for like, I think there's a lot of positives to come out of the product release.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a good lot. I'm curious to know what the listeners think about what could slot in there with that 10th spot. But yeah, I think it's a good little top 10 list. Well done, Russell. Very, very positive.
Thank you, mate. I tried my best. Neon Trading Cards. Let's talk about positivity. Thank you so much to Neon Trading Cards for your support of our show. We are honored that you want to get behind us. Neon Trading Cards, you find them at neontradingcards.com. You'll also find them on Whatnot. They are one of 3 approved repackers in Australia on Whatnot. They are also the direct partner for breaking of Fanatics/Topps in Australia. So if you want to get on board with a legit breaker that covers all of the bases, get onto neontradingcards.com for all of your needs. Soccer, NBA, MLB, F1, AFL, WWE, Marvel, Whatnot, rewards, sealed boxes. They've got it all. Thank you guys for your ongoing support. All right, Ad, we're back. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. We're halfway down. We've got some stuff. Still got plenty to cover.
Yeah, this next card for me, this is wild. Like, just wild. Tracy McGrady, 1997 Metal Universe, precious metal gem, numbered to 10. So genuinely scarce.
Very.
However, PSA 6 sold for $108,719 on Alt on the 6th of November. So the reason why I find this so intriguing is T-Mac was a good player, but I wouldn't call him top 50, top 75. Like, he was just a good scorer, left his impact in the game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But to spend $100K on a card I think that really is more about how special the card is than the player who's on the card. And again, the card is PSA 6, so we're not even talking about a mint card here.
No.
I think where I'm going to try and like push this conversation down towards is the direct comparison of kabooms, which I am further cementing in my mind as basically the modern PMG. I think that one thing that Panini did make easier for my argument is now they've made a kaboom number to 10 and they made a kaboom 1 of 1. So what I would like to do with you,
100%.
yeah.
Yep.
So what I want to do with you is go through some kabooms that are numbered to 10 and see if we can just sort of flesh this conversation out a little bit further, because I just think that, like, I don't know how, I mean, what I should ask you the question, how do you feel about that sale? Because for me, that's just like made my head like quite painful, to be honest.
I think there's a level of relativity there. I do think PMGs are a little more rare than kabooms.
Definitely.
But conceptually, the number to 10 side of things, because the general kaboom, there's no print run, right? The silver kabooms are just kabooms. You don't know how many there are. We know it's a limited hit.
Yeah.
But when something's numbered to 10, we know there are only 10 of it.
Yeah, sure.
So I think there's a level of relativity there. There's a scarcity about the PMGs that I don't think the kabooms share, because we're in that modern age of collecting. But I think the parallel between the long-term gain is there. Is that me answering the question without me answering the question?
No, I think that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think we're in a world where people look after their cards a little bit better. No offense to the 90s and early 2000s, but the technology's got there. More cards are graded. More cards are treated as investments in this day and age. We've definitely moved into that kind of market. So the chance of there being more availability for high quality kabooms is more than the PMG argument, which is they're incredibly hard to find in great condition.
So we found a couple of cards that we can chew over and comp. We'll do the Wemby one last, because I think that's a little bit of a unicorn in some sense.
Interesting. Well, there's a few there that I've got. All right. So which one do you want to begin with?
Cam Whitmore. I'll just run off a few and then we'll sort of just chew through it. Cam Whitmore, 4 out of 10.
Yep.
Gold rookie card, sold for 3,500. Anthony Black, 1 out of 10, sold for 1,500. Both of these are raw. Charles Barkley in a Phoenix uniform, 1 out of 10, sold for 2,300.
Yep.
And then we've got Jabari Smith Jr., 3 out of 10. That's his rookie card. That sold for 4,000.
Okay.
And then we've got the big one, which I'm pretty sure is the same one you've just found, the BGS 9.5 Wemby. That sold for 176,000.
No, I just had the Jason Tatum PSA 9 2018 rookie card, 39,000.
Yeah.
Then I've got the Wemby, which you've just referred to. I'm just going through the Instagram page of Card Ladder. 176,900 for the Wemby, BGS 9.5. That was on the 1st of November. So that's not long ago. We talked about that card the other week. The one I was going to actually look at, and this is even bigger than that, is the 2018 LeBron James that sold for 353,800.
Yeah, I just feel like for me, the Wemby and the LeBron, that's a separate tiered conversation again. Whereas,
this is we're not talking. Neither of those are T-Mac.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like for me, the T-Mac is much closer to, say, Charles Barkley or the rookie Jabari Smith or the rookie Anthony Black, and to a less of a degree, but the Cam Whitmore. But I think
Whitmore, for sure.
I mean, this is a super long-term prediction, but I just feel like looking at that T-Mac sale and then looking at these, like the Anthony Black at 1,500, the Charles Barkley at 2,300.
Yeah,
but and the Jabari Smith at 4.
Yeah, I still think there's relativity, but I take your meaning. Especially, well, I'll use the other example.
So if I'm wrong on this, tell me why. Because I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole at this point, and I'm in an echo chamber. Honestly,
I feel like there's even though they're numbered to 10, which is the same quantity, the broader community of cards.
There's so many more cards.
There are more
for sure. Yeah.
and they release more often. So there's a bigger range, a bigger set of kabooms.
Yeah.
Clay Thompson, 1 of 1, PSA 10, 110,000.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of 1 of 1 is the green 1 of 1 probably comps better to the green PMG.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Clay Thompson being the example, I'd put Clay and T-Mac in a similar boat.
Sure.
As far as status goes, Clay's a great shooter.
Yeah. So you think the better comp is actually
the 1 of 1.
modern day 1 of 1 kaboom? Yeah.
Due to card availability and knowing how many, like with pop counts and stuff, maybe. I could be wrong. But I think there is a level of relativity, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a really cool. I think we should end it there, to be honest. Like I feel like we've fleshed it out.
We could go so far down the rabbit hole. And funnily enough, let's make a bookmark on episode 1250 when we're like in another like 15 years or something, we go.
I feel like you've just pledged to come back for another 1,000 episodes, Ad.
Something like that.
I'm going to hold you to that, by the way, like the next time we're, It
sounds like a Krusty the Clown special. Like, all right. Bringing it back. 2 new hosts coming. It's like, by the way, Adam and Russell are coming back for this one show to talk about PMGs and kabooms. Oh, goodness.
Let's do one more thing really quickly, and then we'll go to our next break because, as usual, we've run over.
Of course.
We need to talk about Cade Cunningham very, very quickly. Cade has been hot. I'm not going to bore you with stats, but he has been playing well. The Pistons are on a great run at the moment. I think if you're a Pistons fan, you're very happy about this program that they've built and are continuing to build. Adam, you do have a stat for me, though, that I know you're keen to get at about how many misses he had the other night.
Yeah, he's field goal. He was playing Kobe-esque and not in a good way. He did drop, was it 40-odd points, but he also had, missed 30 shots. It was not good. His volume shooting was very Kobe-esque. The last person to do that, yes, was Kobe Bryant.
Look, the only thing I'd push back on that is he is the best player on that team.
Unrelentingly the best player.
And sometimes, even if you're having a bad night, you can still be the best person to shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. The other thing about too is Cade is I actually feel like he's a genuine point guard who sometimes is a reluctant shooter and probably should shoot more. So the fact that he has a high output one night and doesn't come good,
I'm not. I was just.
I can live and die with that, honestly. So that's the only thing I'll say on that. All right. We need to talk about his pricing because his pricing is spiked. He's currently trading at $592 USD. The last 6 months, he's up 36%.
Yep.
Once you get closer in, it goes down a lot more. The last 3 months, he's up 18%. And the last month, he's up just 6%. But that is still a very steep rise. I personally think we haven't seen the end of this rise because
the pop count's sub 500. I like this.
It's that, but it's also too, I think that there's some real optimism around this Piston team in that this year is not going to be the peak. It could be the year after, or it could be, you know what I mean? It could even be the year after that.
Thunder of the East.
Yeah.
And so everyone thought it was Cleveland.
I mean, the Cleveland's fun, man. They're good, but
I think these young Pistons are looking good.
All right, let's go to a break. US Sports Cards Australia, you have been with us for a very long time now, and we are grateful for it. Thank you, Ross and team, for your ongoing support. Go to ussportscardsaustralia.com.au. There you'll find a whole bunch of stuff, collectible protection, singles, hobby boxes, sports memorabilia. But as you know, Ross has been working diligently on his ComCA, which is a card consignment service. Send all of your cards to Ross. He will list them, sell them for you. Do all your dirty work and then put the cash back in your pocket.
Cha-ching.
If you want to get your cards listed for free, which the listing price has increased from 6 cents a card up to 10 cents a card. So now if you are a You Can't Comp This listener, you are saving 10 cents per card on the listing fee. For comps on that though, if you list with ComC America, it's 50 cents American per card. So Ross is hyper competitive in this space and will look after your card selling needs for you. ussportscardsaustralia.com.au. Thank you so much. And we are back.
We're back.
Right. We're going to talk Caitlin Clark. We're going to talk downtowns and we're going to talk WNBA Panini Don Russ. I finally got my hands on some of this and we broke it. I would say that our box was middling at best. Despite that, it was very well received within the group. And I think there was 3 reasons for this. There's 3 hits in it per box. So you get the wording they use. I'm just trying to remember how they say it's either 3 autographs or memorabilia per box. So, you don't know
Yeah.
exactly the
It's a
combination you
mixed
get.
match. Yeah.
But
It
you'll
could
get
be.
3 hits. It could be an RPA, it could just be a patch, whatever. But really what you're actually chasing in this product is the downtown. That is the big pull card. And I
Yeah.
think if you're looking for that ultra modern NBA example to that, it's the All Kings card. So it's very heavy in base, these Donruss boxes, but you are chasing that ultra rare downtown card on that. So look, I think it is a fun product. I think the current problem is it's completely sold out of almost all retailers.
Mm.
And so we're at this like really funny point with WNBA in that I think being generous to it, it's what you're paying for it and what you're getting back is completely mismatched. You're overpaying for the boxes. But the problem is there's so much
Yeah.
hype around Caitlin Clark, and then Paige Buchers is the current rookie who's, as hyped, maybe not as hyped, but let's call it 80% of what Caitlin Clark is. So there's a lot of anticipation for this kid.
Yeah,
Plus
true.
they're putting in these like ultra collectible downtowns into the mix, and we're still riding this sort of Caitlin Clark wave. We're still in a situation where you can't buy old WNBA, like it's just basically unavailable. So what's happening is the existing stock that's now currently available is basically doubled what it was originally listed, and sold for. So
Yeah.
I think that's sort of my closing note on this product is that, just be judicious around it, and, maybe go into 1 or 2 breaks and then just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, because I think what you're paying for it and what you're getting back it's a little bit of a tricky thing. But I actually, again, I want to follow up this conversation with you, Ad, because it's a really weird space that WNBA is currently in, because previously we just didn't have this pressure.
Yeah, I do think this market spike for WNBA is problematic. Like I don't think the selling out and increase in pricing is actually helping it in the long term. Like I think people's, and I say people, it's the Wondershines of the world trying to monopolize Caitlin Clark and investing in Caitlin Clark are stopping grassroots collecting in the WNBA space. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I do wonder, now that Panini have lost their NBA licenses, will they now put more of their attention onto WNBA? And will they have more resources to allocate? So what I mean by resources specifically is printing presses. So they're
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
printing 50 billion NBA cards now. So now can they,
They'll be doing their Luka Doncic print run and their
can they double the print run of WNBA?
yeah. Mm, mm.
Like the demand is there. Like it's completely sold out.
And I think they need to, for better use of the term, jump wax it and flood the market so people can access it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the solution is,
No,
but
I don't know either.
I feel like if there's too much, I need to buy all of this to get Caitlin, then it collapses. Whereas if people just buy it to experience it,
It's real weird. I actually feel like they've printed as much as they could and been just like, oh, let's just see how this goes. And still it's all sold out. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a really weird experiment they've
it's
done.
such an
Anyway,
interesting space
yeah.
they're in. Yeah, it's not, like I don't have a solution. I wish I did,
No,
but yeah,
weird.
let's hope Panini can sort it out.
All right, this next one is actually from Sports Cards Addicts Australia. And what I normally try to do is at least reach out to the person who makes the post. But this one was done by an anonymous member.
I was going to say, what a strange name, anonymous member.
I mean, the funny one I saw this week on Scammers was the guy was McLovin who was running the scam. Who's sending McLovin money?
Goodness gracious.
All right, anyway, back to this. Kaboom Manga Color Blast, are they really worth more than autos? SSP cards versus autographs, which holds more value? Why do people spend more money on short print cards that aren't directly associated with players like Kaboom, Color Blast, or Manga than on actual autograph cards? Would you rather spend money on short print cards or autograph cards of your favorite player? Adam, how would you answer this question?
I'd tell them to go back previously to our little discussion about PMGs.
Yeah.
Honestly,
We've just answered it, yeah.
It's the scarcity. Like they're short prints. Like I get it, autographs are autographs, but then you go into the debate of on card versus sticker, and like we understand, like, and I think it might be generational as well, because the autograph was such a cool thing, and we've had these scandals, I guess, about the authenticity of autographs. The game worn stuff has gone through its cycle of they've cut out jerseys, or the jersey wasn't even worn, or it was worn in practice. Like, there's all this hype, but a really short printed card that looks good and is marketed correctly seems to hold value.
Yeah, it's a
FOMO,
tough
my
one.
friends. FOMO.
It's a really,
Short
really tough
print.
one.
It's short print. It's designed with scarcity in mind.
Correct.
It's marketed with scarcity in mind.
Written on the box.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the ultra rare downtown case hit.
Mm-hmm. One per box autographs, but yeah.
So I think that's, at the end of the day, you've got the correct answer. I just want to add this into the conversation because when I think about my own collection, I've got way more autographs in there than I've got case hits.
Interesting.
And so I think what I'm trying to like say here is like, well, what is it do I actually want to collect? Like, what is it that I enjoy? So I think that also really comes back to it too, because I think the reason why I have more autographs in my collection is because I enjoy collecting that particular athlete's autograph. Like, I want to get one of them.
Yeah.
But it also does come down to pricing too, because I was actually thinking about this like directly with Darren Fox.
Interesting.
I was bidding on a blank slate this week, and I should have put my big boy pants on and just put a few more bucks on it. But I sort of put my maximum bid in, and I got outbid. Anyway, it was a PSA 10 blank slate. It sold for $350 USD, which is not outrageous, by the way. So it's not that like it was stupidly overpriced or anything like that. I just wasn't in the mood for bidding more than that.
Yeah.
But I can pick up a really nice Fox autograph for probably 100, 150, max to get a nice one. So I think that also does come into play of it.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking about the logic of that too. Like, would I rather 5 autographs or one really nice case hit? Maybe I'd rather just the 5 autographs. So I think it also comes down to collector preference
Personal
a little
taste,
bit. Yeah.
Personal collection preference. Like, there's a different people collect things for different reasons, and collect like those cards, those case hits come in sets. Like the PMGs, like it just doesn't matter. They're so rare that even Tracy McGrady goes for $100,000, right? Like
So the most liked answer on this post was actually from our sponsor, Rod Adams at Neon Trading Cards. So I think we should read this one. Yep. People often confuse scarcity with desirability. They're not mutually exclusive. Toyota build 100,000 Land Cruisers a year. Nissan build 30,000 Patrols. You want to know which one is more expensive and harder to get. So I'm just going to pause his answer for a second here. I know nothing about cars, and it's possible our listeners from around the world will be in the same position that old Rusty was in. So the answer to that question is the more expensive car is the Toyota. Despite them making more of them, there's more of them, but they're more expensive.
They're also in high demand.
Correct. So to reread that, you want to know which one is more expensive and harder to get. Well, it's the Toyota.
Of course.
You're also comparing the top 1% of short prints with all autographs. Compare a Kaboom with the top 1% of players' autos, and it probably makes more sense. For example, a Kaboom versus a true NT or flawless RPA. And actually, Rod, I have to doff my cap to somebody when they've said something as clever as this. It's a fantastic answer. Well done,
I
sir.
like it how he's gone to the fruit shop and he's grabbed the apples and he's tried to compare the apples with the apples, rather than comparing apples to something completely different.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, wait a second. I've got your comp for you. Let's talk about a really scarce one-of-one Kobe Jordan auto that sold for $12 million.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think Rod's answer was pretty good.
It was there. It was spot on.
All right. We've done Cade Cunningham. Let's go down to Jordan to finish.
Are we that far through?
We're just ticked over an hour, so.
Fair. We've got a Jordan to finish. I like it.
We do.
Good. Been a while since we've had a Jordan. We have LeBron,
it has.
Kobe.
This is from @Fanatics Collect. It's just a one-line caption. This Michael Jordan card is insane. For listeners at home that can't see this, it is a horizontal upper deck card, and it's, if you remember that logo they had on their 50th anniversary jackets. And my recollection was they were like white jackets that had this logo on it. That might have been the year the Bulls went to the finals and they wore those like super hot white warm-up jackets with that
Mm-hmm.
big Red Bull on the back. Yeah. So it's got that logo on it. The card has been die cut so that Jerry West's foot is cut around and
It's
the logo fits in there
insane, as the caption
perfectly.
says. Yep.
And it's
And the
got
head, and the
this
head. Yep.
yeah, correct. And it's got
Number
this
to 10.
beautiful Jordan gold penned autograph on it with his classic picture of him driving to the basket and sort of just like floating through the air. Number to 10. I agree with the one-line statement of this card. This card is insane. It's not our typical
Yeah.
$100 insert card, is it, that we would be talking?
No, but this is it's insane, and it's not graded. That just like it's not encased. It's not in anything. It scares me. There's no protecting it. There's no slab on it. There's just somebody protect that card, please.
What do you think this card's worth, Dad?
It's worth protecting. That's what it is. It's out of a sleeve. It's exposed to the elements.
Probably should go into a GTI one touch, shouldn't it?
Oh, that could go in one of those lovely GTI one touch with the inner sleeve.
That's it.
It's number to 10. So I don't know.
I think for me, this is like Wondershine material, honestly.
It is one of those. It comes with a 7-figure price tag, I think.
Although it does have a bit of corner damage on that right bottom corner, doesn't it?
50th anniversary is pretty unique.
It's probably why it's not graded, eh?
Patch, maybe. Could be authenticated. Get it in a slab, damn it. Authentic auto 10, be fine. It's a good looking auto. It's clean.
I reckon 250, just because of it's very
$1 million card.
Okay. We're quite far off. Why don't we put this to the listeners? Listeners, where do you value this card at? Because Adam and I are $750,000 apart at this point.
It's more than 6 degrees of separation there. That's a lot of zeros between where we're thinking. I think it's $1 million card. Russell thinks it's 250,000. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks for another great show. We've got to start planning what we're going to do for this 250th.
Probably should.
Party or something. I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, thanks for another great show. Thanks to everybody that's been checking us out on YouTube and subscribing. Thank you to our very loyal listeners and Central Coast Radio.
Yeah.
Bit of exposure there. And all of the usual podcast platforms.
Yeah. I think we should probably shout out our friends in Canada because they have been tuning into us at a very high clip.
Checking out what all this is about.
We are grateful for everybody, but I think there are special times when you have to give people a shout out.
True. Thanks, Canada.
Actually, I've got one last shout out.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
My daughter had her annual concert with the Australian Girls Choir today.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And I'm just proud to be, I'm not associated with it anyway, but I am a parent of a child who participates. That's my participation. That's where it starts 100%. And ends. I pay the fees, I'll drop her off, pick her up. So that's it. Like I'm not overstating what I do, but sure. I was just proud to be associated with in some way. And I was just proud of all the girls up on the stage. They were just amazing. And some of the girls who are now graduating, some of them will actually go on to do it professionally. Like they're just that fantastic. Good. Yeah. And I just felt happy to be alive, like listening to these girls, just to be in their like presence. It was a beautiful concert. So girls, if for some godforsaken reason you are listening to this podcast or radio show,
why would they be listening to the podcast?
They won't be listening, but it's the thought is there. Congratulations, it was fantastic.
On that note, we'll see you all next week. Thanks, Russell.